I think I did it. Okay, that sounds better. I guess it did. All right, so I'm going to go to screen share. I feel like it's been forever since I've done this because I was having birthdays and summits and all that. Okay, let me get to it. Okay, this is where y'all go bye-bye, so hopefully y'all can see it. Somebody message me if you can't. All right, so look, I had to put this cute picture on this summit recap. One, obviously, because it was a very special time for us and special moment. But two, I want you guys to know that we were there representing all of you. And we thought about you all the time. We were talking about you all the time. We were trying to post those live videos. And so even though it was just us, you guys were still with us. And I can't wait for this picture to be all of us. I can't wait. So that's just something to look forward to. This picture is going to be like in 5 years, I'm going to be having this PowerPoint call, and it's going to be like a before and after. It's going to be me and Carly, and then just bam, our huge team growing. So we are just going to talk about summit recap. I mean, I can't keep y'all for the rest of the night because I totally could, talking about everything. And so, like I said, I'm just going to kind of give y'all breadcrumbs, which that's another thing we learned at Summit. And, you know, I'll keep doing my videos and stuff throughout, but picked some of my highlights. Okay, so Chelsea Pearson was our last speaker of I don't remember what day, doesn't matter. But she talked about fitness over business. And that quote, sorry, really stood out to me. I want to say this was maybe like her hashtag she did with her team. Maybe. Carly, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, I loved that because I feel like we can always or sometimes get caught up in the business and the boring part. You know, the part you need to know, don't get me wrong, but you know, we can start focusing on too much business and not enough fitness. And I will be straight up honest with you, the Thursday night open ceremony, it was so hot, and we were so tired, and I mean, there were so many parts we were just like, how long is this going to be? And as amazing as it was, you know, it was just so hot and you were so tired. And so it kind of almost left this bad taste in your mouth for Saturday. And as much as I love the recognition, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so hot again. But after listening to Chelsea talk about the transformations and how important and how like this is the core and this is our mission, and just kind of like bringing that back to life, it was just a really good eye-opener. So, you know, you have to think like it all starts with just one yes, and that is just the beginning of something amazing. You know, Jackie, it started with one yes, and those $100,000 winners, I mean, I want to say it was like 160 pounds they lost, and it all started with one yes. You know, someone stepped out of their comfort zone, put away their fear, and did some inviting. So don't downplay how important it is to be getting those transformations and be getting those results. And Allie Upton or something like that. I always get her last name wrong, but she was putting it down with her finger up in the air. She was like, you don't sell a challenge pack and then you invite them to your challenge group, and then 21 days later you're like, bye-bye. That is not how it works. And I know you guys don't work like that, but you have to focus on the fitness and getting those transformations and doing the Beachbody challenge. I'm so guilty about, telling somebody and not telling somebody and telling somebody and remembering and then forgetting, remembering and then forgetting. And, after seeing that story, I'm like, how can I forget that? I mean, everybody deserves their t-shirt at least. And so don't forget about this amazing Beachbody challenge. Every single one of our challengers should know about it. So fitness over business. Yes, we need to know some business, but don't lose sight of, our core. Okay, so I know you guys weren't there, but you were there, and you're going to be hearing so much about it. You probably already have just on Facebook, and there's going to be recordings of it all, stuff you hear from me, stuff you hear from Carly, and just like us, like even the stuff we learned, like it doesn't mean anything unless we take action on it, unless we implement it. And that goes with anything, but this right here, like Summit, is almost like January 1st in the Beachbody world. Like this just kicked off a whole new year until Summit of next year. Like, what are you going to do until Summit of next year? How many lives are you going to transform? How are you going to grow your business? And like, that's how you need to look at it. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, you're getting those resolutions going, and that's how you need to look at this, like getting that momentum going till next Summit. Where do you want to be? How many lives you want to change? Another thing Chelsea had us do is write down how many transformations you want to have before next Summit. And we had to like write it down, stand up when we had it done. It was a big deal. So think about that. Start putting a number on how many lives you want to transform before next Summit. So this just kind of talking about the momentum, like keep that momentum going, but momentum takes action. Can't just, sit back and wish for it to happen. So action before Summit. Sorry, it's gnats driving me crazy. Minus that negative energy, which is fear. Game plan. All right, next. Okay, so Carl, our cute little CEO, just love him. He was talking about how, the obesity trends. He had this chart, and it was just like this, guys, going straight up. There was no down. There was hardly any, static. There was just straight up. 226 million people obese or overweight. Isn't that just mind-blowing? 70% obese or overweight. You just like have to let that soak in. It's just crazy. Hold on. Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Your cute little picture just popped up.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I can't go back to my. Oh wait, hold on. There it goes. It just popped up. I'm just gonna mute you because we hear your cute little baby.
I'm trying to walk room from room.
Oh, you're fine.
Get away from him.
You're fine. I'll just mute you so you can have as much noise as you want. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, just let that soak in. 70%, guys, that's well over half. It's crazy. And like I said, that chart is just doing this. So there's nothing that's going to be different in 2017, 2018, unless things start to change. And we have that change. People need our help. And so it is such a pet peeve of mine. It drives me nuts when I hear people say, there's just so many Beachbody coaches. That's all we need. They're just everywhere. They're all over Facebook. And that's just crazy. That is just like saying there's too many teachers. There are too many doctors. There are too many nurses. We don't need any more. It's just crazy. So it's not saturated. We need more. We need more. And so think about that. Like the challengers are a must. Like we are having those challenge groups. We are helping those people. We are getting those transformations and finding coaches that also want to do the same. I mean, it's just like the domino effect. You can't, take that lightly either. It's just the more people you have with your passion, the better. Because, hello, 226 million people. We need some more coaches that are in this for the right reason, of course, and wanting to help these people. So, and you have to think, like I wrote here, all those people that are already there, think about the lives that they are, the people that are affected by them, the children they're raising, the friends, just everything. Like they are affecting more people than just the ones that are already there. So we've got work to do. Okay, I hate not seeing y'all. I mean, y'all could be like gone and making bad faces at me. I'll just keep talking. Okay, so should you go to summits or live events or join these team calls? Yes. Okay, so this is just a stat that I got off one of the slides, but people that go to summit earn 2 times more money after attending. Okay, so no, this is not about money, but if you think about it, it goes hand in hand, which is almost like a blessing in this business. And you almost feel guilty for saying, yes, I earn more money because I help more people. It's crazy to think about, but it's just the fact. I mean, that's this job, and that's what we do, and it's a job and you get paid for it. So, wow, right? What a blessing. And so it's, Carly, can I just talk about you for a second and how you're on fire right now? Carly was going to talk about this, but I just want to give a little sneak peek. She's not answering. I can't see her, so I'm just going to go for it. Okay, so Carly's on fire right now. And I mean, she's already got Success Club points. She messaged me today. It was really funny. She said, it's amazing. I mean, this stuff works when you're not half-assing it. I was like, whoa, go girl. So it's just, she just kind of proves the point of you get surrounded by people that are passionate and on fire and just, you can almost just like feel their passion around you and coming off the stage. And it's just crazy how on fire you can get. And I love that. Like she came back and she is like hitting it hardcore. I mean, she was at the airport like 20 hours early, just doing some inviting. And, that's why it's so important to get to these live events, to go to summit, to get on these team calls, to anything where you can surround yourself with like-minded people. I hate to see a coach just kind of try to do things on their own. And it's just, I get it. Some people are just, they have that mindset, but that's the beauty of Beachbody. Like we're all a huge family and we're all connected with the same mission. We all have like different visions, but like the same mission in mind. And so you've got to get to Summit, but not just Summit, all the just like the Super Saturdays. And I get it, sometimes you can't attend all of them. Totally understand. But you better not just be at home sitting on the couch doing nothing. Which I know none of y'all are. And then I just wrote on here, just a little side note, like we can't take for granted how blessed we are. We started this business with just a little teeny tiny fraction of a cost of
you can get you some Germ-X.
Turning into hold on, let me mute. Oh, Jody joined. Yay. Sorry. Okay. And then, sorry, I just got sidetracked. But don't take that for granted. Like, that can almost hinder us because we're like, well, $150. I mean, don't get me wrong, $150 is a lot, so we don't want to lose it. But, you are your CEO. And so invest in going to Summit, invest in going to these live events, invest in your business. Whatever you're making, invest a little bit, put it back. Okay. Success Club. Y'all know I'm talking about highlights of summits, not just me. I mean, I think it was every single speaker, something about Success Club. So it's not just me bringing it up, but y'all know that. Okay, so another stat, I took a slide of all coaches, coaches that hit it all 12 months of 2015 earned 21 times more. Okay, just like what I was saying earlier, it's not all about money, but you make more money when you help more people. It's just because you get volume and you get commission off more people coming in. And so those points are lives, and those points are the beginning of something amazing. And so, I hate to hear somebody say, oh, Success Club, because one coach did say, I'm not going to say who, but she was talking about how easy it is to hit Success Club, and I don't agree. It is hard, but like I always say, you have to do a gut check when you're not hitting it. And there are months where you are killing it, busting your tail, talking to so many people, and you're getting so many no's. Those months, hey, you go down and you're like, I tried my hardest. Success Club was my goal. I tried my hardest. I'm going to get it next month. But, sometimes there are those months where you're just like, my fault, my bad, did not talk to enough people. So just keep in mind that it's something you're always working towards. It's way more than points. It's just a benchmark. And I mean, Beachbody does not put a lot of research into it and a lot of drill it into the ground like over and over and over and over and over for nothing. So just imagine, or just tell yourself that is the start of something amazing every time you get those 2 Success Club points. And if you think about it, like if you've gotten to, you know how to do it, you can do it. Just do it again and again and again. Okay. I won't beat that too far because I know y'all get tired of hearing that word. Okay, so Carl talked about keeping this fun, which he is so fun. He's so cute. But he talked about how his mission is to keep this fun. That's why they're constantly coming out with these new programs and these new challenges. And they're constantly trying to come up with ways to keep it fun. And so they're doing their job, and so we have to do our job to remind ourselves that this is freaking fun. I mean, it really is. I would put money to say we have the best job ever. I mean, really, we get to work out. We get to go to events that are amazing. We get to be on social media, which is free. We get to drink a shake that's amazing. Read personal development. I mean, come on. It's just so fun. So don't forget that. Some days we can start thinking like, so much to do. I'm so overwhelmed. I mean, I wish I could show you all my desk and my whiteboard right now. It's crazy. And I can just look at it and be like, I just got so much going on. And I'm like, Kristen, get a grip. I mean, what you do is so fun. It's amazing. And so, man, when somebody skips out on this, I'm just like, what? But, it's not for everybody. Okay, so like Carl said, keep it fun. And then we're going to talk about, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about Gary. Oh my gosh, he was amazing. He was probably my favorite one. But he did say this. He said the number one reason people don't succeed or won't succeed is patience. And how true is that? I mean, you know, we tend to think, which it's effort, absolutely. They probably go hand in hand. But if you don't have patience, especially in this business, I mean, all businesses really, but you know, this one, there's so many peaks and valleys. And I mean, just think about Melanie Mitro, top coach 3 years in a row, the serious patience, serious vision, and serious work ethic. I mean, she has just, I mean, it's a fact, she's outworked everybody. I mean, it's crazy, 3 years in a row. So it's, you know, don't think, okay, if I'm not here, then I'm just quitting. It's not for me. You know, I see that. It makes me so sad. Like, if I'm not making $10,000 a month by, you know, 6 months in, then I'm out, and that's crazy. And people like that, you know, they're in it for the wrong reason. And so mainly you just need to have patience and stick it through those no's, because that is the hardest part. You have to have patience through the ones that quit and make you lose rank. You know, there's so many different things. You have to have patience for those challenge groups where you get nothing but crickets, because that happens too. You know, all the lows you have to have patience through. You know, I feel like it's just America. We feel entitled. You know, we want it like now. I'm working hard, so I should have this. Well, there's somebody outworking you. You know, unless you want to push a little harder and have a little more patience. So just keep your eye on your vision, and keep that patience. Okay, so here's another thing that stood out to me. I can't remember who talked about this one, but they were just talking about how lucky we are. I mean, it really is crazy how lucky we are. Like I was just saying, you know, we invested at the most $180, depending on which challenge pack you got. And, you know, they do everything for us. They do your accounting. You have your secretary. You have your web page designer. You have your person doing the marketing. You know, your person doing all your research on the products and coming out with new products and new trainings. It's just like, seriously, the road map to success is all laid out, and it's just what you're going to do with it. You know, don't blame it on anything except for, you know, yourself. You know, if there's something you want to learn or do better, learn it and do better, which we'll get to that. Gary kind of mentioned this really cool website that you can use for all that. I think I already told y'all. Okay, so yeah, this guy right here, he did the book. I've got it right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Gary V, kind of what he goes by, but it's Gary I was calling it Vanderbilt, but that's the college in Nashville. It's Vanderchuck, by the way. But it's Gary V, kind of what he goes by. You guys, he is very in your face, blunt, does not give a flip if he ticks you off. He does not give a flip if you, I mean, that's what he said. He said, I don't really care if y'all take this information and do anything with it. And he was saying, actually, I wish you wouldn't, because if you did, like, because he was talking about running ads on Facebook, he was like, if y'all do that, it's going to cost me money. I mean, he was very blunt, but I like that. I appreciate people like that, because, you know, some people are just, they coddle too much, and I'm guilty. And sometimes you just need people to say, get it together. And That is what this guy said. So these are just some of my favorite quotes. So he said, everything is figure outable. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean you can't do it. Do it, and then you'll know it. I mean, seriously, how blunt is that, but how easy. 95% of Beachbody coaches don't work hard enough, and they're whiners according to their social media profiles. I'm telling y'all, he was laying it down on us. So here's that cool website he talked about. Google. Y'all, I had my pen ready because he was like, I've got this website for you. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. Are you ready? Write this down. And I was like, and he goes, G-O-O. It's like, oh, burned. But it's for real. Like we can run our entire business off of Google. You want to learn something? Go to Google. Go to YouTube. But he did talk a lot about social media and running ads and learning it. You know, what question did he ask? Something about Snapchat, like raise your hands if you swore you would never get on Snapchat. Raise your hand if you're on Snapchat. You know, we can all bash these new trending social media things. Periscope, you know, that one, I just couldn't get into it. Thank goodness it's kind of, you know, fallen away. It could come back though, and I could regret it. But you know, if there's social media, I mean, everybody, you don't leave home without it. You just don't. And he even asked a question, which I did not raise my hand on this. Carly did, though. I'm going to call her out. He said, raise your hands if you get mad when somebody calls you and doesn't text you. Y'all, I was blown away. I was kind of surprised by that one. Like, everybody raised their hand. And as much as I didn't like that, as much as some people disagree with that, times are changing. Yes, it's a big bummer, but you know, we have to roll with it. And in this business, we have to roll with it. I mean, just think about like TV. When's the last time you watched a commercial? Years ago. You know, probably not years ago. But commercials, they're going to be going bye-bye. And guess where they're going to go? Onto Facebook. So we got to get there first. So, what else do you say here? Oh, yeah, for you to be a business and disrespect social media is an insane thing, which that's true. Facebook ads, number one, instead of buying a thing with the money that you make, reinvest it and do the work like a business person. Invest. That one's the one I just talked about. Social media is the key. And then this last one, if you want to live on your own terms, work like it, which that's what he kind of creeped on some coaches before his speech. And he was just saying, you know, he just followed them to see. I hope it wasn't me. That's what I was thinking. But he was just following their page and seeing what they posted. And he was like, I mean, you know, y'all want to live this life by design and talk about all these fancy things, but I guarantee you're not putting the work in. I know you're not putting the work in. When's the last time you watched Game of Thrones and all these movies? And I mean, he was calling us out. So he was saying, if you want to live on your own terms, work like it. All right. Moving on from that guy, but he was really amazing. Like, if anybody has that one recorded, I got to find it so y'all can watch it, because he was intense. Okay, so here's my favorite quotes. Okay, it's all about the work. Outwork your competition. No one can go and gain more talent, but everyone can work harder. It's simple. It's all about WORK. So, you know, you have to just decide where you see yourself in this. If this is a fun hobby for you, absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's great. If this is something you see like taking it to the top, you got to work for it. You know, either way, like, you have to show up, whatever your vision is. It's not going to just happen. And then second, it's not something that someone else has, like a different social media, different training. It's just time, consistency, patience, and hard work. We know that. We hear it all the time. I mean, that just goes with anything. That's pretty much just common sense, but it's just something that we need to hear over and over and over and over and over. And then this was definitely my favorite quote. If you don't do you, you don't get done, and the world misses out. So this goes with social media or inviting or, just putting yourself out there and letting people know your story, because you all have a story and you all have something amazing to share. And if you don't share it, then the world is going to miss out. And like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be like your most depressing, deepest, darkest secret story. It's just your story means like your life, like what you're letting people know about you and love about you, and things that you just want to share, that if you don't share, the world misses out. And do you. Don't do anyone else. Don't try to perfect anything or don't try to do it like me. Don't try to do it like Carly, Jackie. I mean, anybody that you saw something in Summit posted or anything, like, do you, okay? Yes, we are in a learning process of this. And so it's easy to, look at these top coaches and they make it look so easy. But, oh gosh, what's her name? The really, really pretty girl, Lindsay Matway. She was saying that the hardest part of her, I can't remember how long she's been in it, but a long time. The hardest part is when she was trying to get to Diamond, the very beginning of her business. I mean, she was very clear that it wasn't easy after that, but she said it was the hardest, because you're just trying to figure out like your groove, and you're just trying to figure out how to do you. And so the best way is put your blinders on. Like, if there is somebody that like drives you crazy as far as like, oh, how does she do that? Why is she doing it that way? Like, how come I can't do that? Don't go to their page. Find people that inspire you and lift you up and like make you want to do you more. It's okay to follow other coaches, but only if it's a good turnout, only if it's something positive comes from it. If you go there and you're just like, ugh, I'll never be able to do that. No, can't do that. If that's what it does, unfollow them, unlike them all. Okay, we just have a few more minutes. I wanted to see if Carly would share her favorite takeaway. Let me get out of this screen share. I'll just have a few more minutes.
Okay.
Really?
I'll share my big thing. I'm going to make a video tomorrow and Exceed, but today at our new teacher luncheon, this one lady told a story about a student who wrote her a letter saying that throughout the year he had attempted suicide several times and had thought about it pretty much every day. But it was one thing that she did in her classroom that always stopped him, and that she was the reason that he never, went through with it. And so it was just talking about how, one thing that you say, one thing that you do can completely change the path of someone's life. And so, lead with purpose. Like you got into this for a reason, to lose weight, to do whatever. But what is your purpose? Your purpose is to help others and to change people's lives. And so you have to think that one invite that you don't send, that one person that you don't talk to, could completely change the path of their life. That's it. I'm fixing to get cut off.
Yes. No, I love that. I mean, I can't agree more. And that's one way, guys, that I sometimes like push that fear away, because I've told y'all this, I make it very dramatic. I make it like, what if there's that one person and they are like on the edge and they're just about to jump, and then they see your post or they see your invite or they see your smiling selfie. I mean, anything. Like, I make it that dramatic. And so that's a really cool story. That's amazing. I mean, that's big. And that's what we're about, guys. I mean, I could go start crying. Oh, okay. Well, we have less than 1 minute. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for joining. I love you guys. Bye.
Y'all too. Bye.